let's see how this goes. Am I live yet? Okay, good to know. There's a bit of a delay. I'm not seeing me. Oh, hold on. Okay, there we go. Right. So I'm gonna start recording as well. And all right. Now if I go to my videos here, it's not gonna show up. If I do this, okay, let's set it to public. Publish. And now let's refresh this. Okay, well, it's not public. Oh, hold on. Oh, here we go. Yeah, now it's there. Okay, never mind. So it's not in live, it's on home. That's good to know. All right, let's send that out to people. I'm just gonna go to let's duplicate this one and hide that for a second. Okay, great. Okay, there we go. Okay, sent that off. And just one more thing I'm gonna do over here before I get started. I'm going to shift something over here. Hold on a second. I'm almost there. Okay. Fun. So, yeah. Let's see. Let's get me back to. I'm gonna rename this. Only me. Now let's get back to this thing. Oh, no, that's unnecessary to show. Okay. There we go. All right. Excellent. Well, here we go. So, I am going to be doing a mod for Fallout. I started this on Twitch the other day, but I was just doing some scouting in Fallout 4. So basically my process is, well, I haven't done a mod in Fallout or in a while. Actually, have I ever done one in Fallout 4? I've definitely attempted one in Fallout 3 in New Vegas, and I made one in Oblivion and one in Skyrim. I don't know if I've ever done one in Fallout 4, so this might be a first time for me. There's going to be some differences between this and Skyrim for sure, but they are on the same-ish version of Creation Kit. So there's going to be some similarities, or like a lot of similarities, but I do know that there's a couple of upgrades that they made between versions. I'm not sure exactly what. So basically, what I'm attempting to do here, well, let's have a Google document that I started. So basically, like, I'm going to be creating a mod I'm going to be going through like the process of creating the mod, including like documentation as we go. This isn't my normal like design process for like if I were going to be making a game, but uh, for a mod and for something that's kind of like it's going to be kind of like playing with it and finding out my boundaries as I go. I think that like a document, kind of documenting the process as we go along makes the most sense. So I'm going to be documenting some things here, and then I'm going to be building some things. I have Photoshop open as well so that I can grab some screenshots and do some manipulation of them for use for making the mod. And basically, the whole point of this is to just kind of go through the process of making a mod, see what the creation kit's like these days, see how easy or difficult it is to get into it. It's been a while. I think the last time I touched creation kit was good 5 or so years ago. So this will be a fun learning experience. I've it's been long enough that this isn't a super familiar interface to me anymore, but I think I can get going pretty quickly. I played with this a tiny bit just to see like where, like how to get going again, and I think I've got at least the groundwork going. But I might be doing a lot of like looking to the side to like look at some wiki stuff and then coming back. Um, so that's just if I'm looking off to the side, you know that either I'm like looking at chat or I'm looking at a wiki page or something. So basically, what the plan is I want to create a content mod. I like content mods. I think that most people seem to be downloading more like texture packs and things like that these days, and weapons. But I don't know if that's because there's not as many people building out content for the game, or if that's just what people prefer these days. It's been a while since I've like looked into that, but I think that like there's definitely a room there for adding some new content. So we're gonna try doing that. And some of the things that I'm gonna try to do are so I want to create a like at least one interior space, possibly a couple. I want to create there's going to be a narrative, so we're going to have a quest line and some kind of different information kind of displayed around. And we're going to also basically try to get the player to move around the world and explore some more. And so those are kind of like the main things I want to get done with the mod. Is basically well, and in more specifically is I want to have a play I want to create a mod that gets players to go to each of the vaults. I think that like explorationally people will want to do that anyways, but having like a quest line that gets you to go to each of the vaults, and like for players who are returning have a reason to return to the vaults. I think that that's kind of, to me it's like the essence of Fallout is the experience of the vault and understanding the um pre-war, like the pre-nuclear Fallout setting and how that connects to the game. So yeah, basically I'm going to be just trying to create a quest line that has you going to each of the vaults. And the thing I wanted to investigate is the kind of like the idea that sparked this off was there's obviously like Vault Tech. If you've never played Fallout before, Vault Tech is this organization that made all of these vaults for surviving this nuclear apocalypse that they knew was going to happen. And because they knew this was going to happen, they had some time to prep. So Vault Tech went and built a whole bunch of vaults all across America. I'm not exactly sure where they stopped building them, whether or not they went all the way into Canada or just in this continental United States. I know that from the games so far and from the little bits on the wiki that I read, it seems that they started on the West Coast and moved east. I'm not 100% sure if that's true, but that's what it seems to be to me, which is why the vaults in Fallout 4 look like more modern, well not necessarily well yeah, more like futuristic than the earlier vaults, which look more like rusted, where like the new ones are like brightly painted. They look like they have huge massive vault entries with like a bunch of different like stages in some of them, whereas in the Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas world, which are the other ones that I've played mostly, um those have like a very like metal, like they just had metal as the outside. They were still secure, but they don't seem to be as like well constructed in a way, like because they've worn more is kind of where I'm getting to. So it seems like they started on the West Coast maybe and then moved to the East Coast over time. So which is weird. Although I guess Fallout 3 was in DC, so maybe that's not entirely true. But definitely, like in 4, the vaults are more modern than in 3 and New Vegas. So maybe it was just they just had different phases in different areas. I don't know. Anyways, um, but if you haven't played these games before, Vault-Tec made all these vaults. A nuclear apocalypse happens, and you in all of the games were in one of the vaults, and you escape. The vault opens, and you're now like out in the new environment that is the wasteland. Okay. So the wasteland is set like I don't know, like 200 years or so after the nuclear apocalypse happens. So there's still radiation around, but kind of in pockets. People are inhabiting some of the old pieces of Earth, and the nuclear apocalypse happened in like the 50s or so. I want to say something in like that kind of like realm of like society, except that it's like a alternate timeline where technology still advanced for a while, but it stayed in that like 1950s ish kind of like scenario. So everything looks kind of like post Art Deco, well, Art Deco to post Art Deco, kind of like modern society. um, and so it's got this really weird but cool aesthetic to it. Um, Anyways, so Vault-Tec built all these vaults, but one thing you learn in all the games is that the Vault-Tec people are crazy and evil. Essentially, it's I mean it's hard to tell exactly why, and that's one of the reasons I want to get into this mod and make this thing. Is basically like we know that Vault-Tec basically made a whole bunch of these vaults to be experimental vaults to experiment on the people inside the vaults. Um, we don't really know exactly to what end, and we don't really know like if any of it was really used after the nuclear apocalypse happened. So what I'm curious about is like clearly they had a plan to experiment on all these different people in all these different ways. So if that's true, which it is, um, they must have also had a plan to like retrieve the data. Um, which in Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4, they've never really explained like what they had planned on doing with the data or like how they even would have retrieved the data, because like a lot of these, so I mean you're expecting that a nuclear bomb is dropping on or near these bunkers, so clearly they're going to get covered in debris. So there's some amount that they could have transmitted the data wirelessly, and I guess that's probably like what they initially expected, but there has to also be like some manual way to retrieve the data, because they would have expected that at least some of the vaults, especially like in Fallout 4 there's one that's in a metro station, which clearly like that could collapse on, like the infrastructure could collapse around it. So there must be a way to retrieve that data. So one of the things I wanted to do is create a like a an access point externally to the vault to grab the data that would have been kind of like accumulated from the vaults. I'm assuming that they had some kind of sensors Like some of the vaults clearly do, but I would expect that like they would build, especially if these are for research purposes on some kind of scale. You'd expect that like that data would be archived to a computer in some way, and it wouldn't all be manually entered. Although it's kind of old tech, so maybe it was, but I'm just gonna assume the scientists analyzing the data, that all went into like a computer database that was stored on site that could be accessed from outside the vault to pull the data. And so basically what I'm looking at is, let's explore the idea of like, okay, we know that there's a bunch of vaults that were used for experiments. In fact, like the majority of vaults seem to be used as experiments, like as experimental situations. So let's let's explore more about what that data was for, and how that data was like going to be interpreted and like taken and used. And also we have to assume that like in the, I don't know, however many, like at least probably like 100 years or so, that there have been people like out in the wasteland, that somebody has stumbled upon the data collected by some of these vaults, because we know that like people have learned about the fact that they were in these tests, but there must be. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna close that. There must be some. Hold on. So there must be some people who've like learned about this data, who aren't just Vaultec, and potentially the Enclave, who I guess commissioned Vaultec to do this information, from what I can gather. Um, I mean, they've been effectively wiped out in most of the United States from like what we've like from the events that we've encountered in the earlier games. In like Fallout 3, we basically wiped them out of DC. Boston's pretty close to DC. It's pretty clear that the Enclave is not like present, but they weren't like like I don't think they like killed every single person in the Enclave. So the Enclave was like the sort of like crazy government Illuminati kind of situation. Um and they're the ones who seemingly backed and funded the use of the vaults in this kind of like data collection and experimentation way. So that being true, uh we need to, well, so the stretch goal is to get a faction of effectively like Enclave spies that are still around the area but like way underground now, who are basically like continuing the vault program. But the primary purpose is to have like a faction of people who've like learned about the data and the vaults being collection tools for this data, and they're also trying to like piece this data together. So the thing I want to start with is kind of planning out this kind of like base for this group of people who have been exploring the vaults in the areas that you've got access to, and like cataloging the data that they've been able to extract. And that's going to have like a quest line around it that's going to have you then go and retrieve more data from each of the vaults. So I want to get started with basically the building. I scouted a location out that I think is going to work really well. I did some testing to make sure that it would work, and it seems like it will. And the other thing that I was testing was just trying to figure out is I mapped out like what each vault did. So I did a bunch of background research on like, okay, what was the purpose of each vault that is in Fallout 4, and what kind of experiments were done there and kind of the timeline of events. That will get more. We'll use some of that detail more kind of later. Probably not. We're almost definitely not getting into that today. But what I'm going to do to start with is get into this building that I'm going to be making and planning it out first. And then from there, starting to try to build out that interior space and see what that process looks like, and kind of like learn about how to do this again because it's been a while. So this is the creation kit. This is the Fallout 4 creation kit. It looks almost identical to the Skyrim one, I believe. There's a few things that are slightly different, but I couldn't tell you what at this point because it's all pretty new looking to me because it's been a while. But I do remember that you have to open data and you're gonna load the master data. That's gonna basically be all of the main assets that you're drawing from. And I'm not gonna use any of the DLC for maximum for the most amount of ability for players to play this game. I could add in other things which would require some DLC stuff. And that would then like have more assets for me to use and whatnot, but then people would need to have that DLC in order to use them, from my understanding. So I don't want to exclude anybody because I'm trying to make a mod that's kind of available in the main world. I might depending on like the interest of people in this mod as I roll it out. I may add in some of the connections to the vaults that exist in like the Nuka World DLC or Far Harbor, which I'm assuming is Coast. But I don't think I need to right now. Mostly because like when I looked at the Nuka World DLC, it really seemed like that was just a kind of like display vault, and it was not used to save anybody, and therefore no experiments were carried out. Kind of like during the time period of the nuclear apocalypse. Although there were some experiments being done at the time, but I don't know if that makes sense to go to in this mod. It's something I could explore, but it just seems low priority. Far Harbor apparently does have a vault. I didn't see it on the map, but that's because it's actually inside of another building and it didn't show up on the map. I forgot about it, and then I read up on it and I was like, oh yeah, it's that one. And like it would be a cool one to add some information about, but it's also kind of unimportant to this mod in some ways because the experiment never ran because of some events that happened. But yeah, so basically I'm just going to start with the Fallout base mod, and I'm going to grab my thing as well and set this as the active file. This is the one I started, and normally if you haven't started one, you just like save and then create a new one as you save. I just started one, so I'm gonna just use that and hit OK, and then I should get some stuff happening. I don't know how long this takes. It's been a while. I'm showing you kind of most of the process so that if you're wanting to do some modding yourself, then you have the ability to like refer back to this. So we'll see how this goes. It does take a while, and if you click on anything, it says it's not responding, and then it asks if you want to wait for it to respond. It's clearly like an old tool in that sense. Like it doesn't have great loading screens, and I mean it's, if you've ever used older industry tools, they can be much rougher than this. But this is not atypical of stuff from the mid 2000s or so. Although this is newer than that, it's definitely built on the same kind of stuff. I'm just gonna clear these warnings. I'm sure they're not important. Okay, and here we are. So I can go to interiors or I can go to exteriors. So one of the first things I want to do is I just want to get an image of the building that I'm going to be using from a top-down perspective so that I can use that as kind of a rough planning like area, because you can make interior spaces as big as you want or as small as you want. They don't have to match the building exactly, but I think it's good to give a general impression that you're going through the building that is there. um the building itself is a little bit uniquely shaped, so there might be some, like, it might be a little bit of a challenge to get this to work perfectly for it, so I may not get that close to what it actually looks like. But yeah. uh, Anyways, so I'm gonna sort this by coordinates, and I'm gonna go to, so this took a while to load, by the way. It does that. um a, a lot of these things take time to load, and there's just not much feedback. If I had feedback to give to the developers of the toolkit, I would say, I mean, and I know that these are like tools that they do use to make the game, or like they were using this tool. I don't know if Starfield, is it Star, yeah, there's so many space games that have come out recently. I'm trying to remember. Starfield, right? um I don't know if that game used a newer version of the creation kit or if they moved on to a different engine, but I would assume that they have continuously updated this same toolkit, but it could be wrong. They might have moved to Unreal by now. I'm going to go, I think it was at 3 2. I should write that down. I will write that down once I know exactly the coordinates. I'll put it in my document. I know it's near Beacon Hill is what it's called. The memorial thing that's near where the like pirate ship is initially docked. And again, it takes a while. It doesn't give you much feedback that it's loading. Just let it do its thing. Okay, where am I in relation to things? Oops. I'm not super familiar with the buttons to use in this anymore, but they are mostly similar to other engines that I use, so it isn't that hard to get used to it. This looks like wrong, so I think it was probably 3-2 then. So let's go to 3-2. And these are just like actual grid coordinates, basically. They have like certain cell sizes. Or yeah, okay, it's the little starred ones that are the ones that I've modified. So yeah, it's this one here. And this is gonna take a little while to like load all the assets in this area. I'm just gonna clear this and let it do its thing. And it's just gonna keep popping stuff in. It's gonna take a little while. This is a pretty populous area. So I would recommend, if you've not modded before, to not use an area that's like super populated with stuff, because it does take a while to load in stuff, and you're gonna get confused as to like what all the little icons and stuff are around you. But I really wanted to use this one building, and I think this is a really good location for the purposes of like an organization that's supposed to be doing what this is doing. It's like near enough to the heart of the city that it's a good-ish location for them to use, but it's also like removed enough that it's not in the heart of danger. There is some dangerous stuff kind of like in the area though, so it's not like perfect. But I don't know. The buildings seemed really attractive to me, and it was far enough from any main quest point that I was kind of like, yes, this will work. So that's kind of why I chose this area. Come on, load some more stuff for me. It's getting there. All right, I can see the crisscross of some of the meshes. And you'll kind of see how they build their kind of city as you see like the different meshes get populated in and stuff, which is kind of cool. Like, I don't know, if you've never made a game before or modded a game before, you'll probably not realize like how much just kind of kit bashing kind of stuff goes on, where you take like bits and pieces of things and smash them together to make new things. Um, Many people might think like going into games, like making new games, that you just model every new thing, but like they have a set of buildings and then they just populate the area with those buildings, and sometimes they smash a couple buildings together to make a new building, and that's kind of like how they go. I'm gonna pop over here to try to get this side loaded in and then come back over here. I think it only loads like a few grid tiles away from your current location. Come on. This is definitely it. It's just not loading yet. Keep going. It takes a little while. So where where I am is near, was that Bunker Hill, Beacon Hill, whatever. There's like a monument like right hereabouts, or like here. It looks like a your like typical like steeple monument thing that you see in like it's like an obelisk. It's an obelisk. Mm. So then I came right down to the river, and there were a couple of cool little landmark things. So there's like this little circular kind of like island in the middle of the river. Um, there's like one building you can enter that's about over here, and another one just a bit further down the road. Um, but basically, yeah, this is, why is it not loading in the thing? Come on, load faster. You can see I put a door here. There wasn't actually a door here. So this building um, is kind of an odd shape. It's even like listed as like a special shape when it shows up. Let's see. Which spot am I in? I'm 3-1. I don't know if it's in 3-1 or 3-2. Which one is it? So it is 3-1 and 3-2. I'm gonna write that down. But it's like 3-1, 3-2, 4-2. So 3-1, 3-2, 4-2 is kind of like the areas it's between. Let's get that written down. Okay. Let's actually, I like using Google Sheets for a lot of like rough work, because you can just drop images in and manipulate them and use like shapes and stuff to just draw stuff right on the thing. And if you need to make like a shape kind of like this building, I could like start by doing something like this, and then something like this, and I can just kind of quickly rough out like the shape. And then there's like a crisscross building, and I can just keep doing this. And instead of like a Google Docs or a Word document kind of thing, like I can just build this directly on here without having to like create a drawing and then go into the drawing and do something. And I just like that kind of flow better. Actually, we'll put this up here. We'll do like overview, location, 3-2. Actually, I'm just gonna do it like a coordinate set. 3-2, comma 3-0-4. Ugh. Not looking down, and then 3-1. Okay. Near Bunker Hill. I can't remember. If I move over to 4-2, I think it has the name. Oh, and it's almost done. Bunker Hill, yeah. Okay. Cool. So you can see this building's kind of neat looking. How do I get rid of the lighting? This one? Yeah. Okay. So this, you can turn on and off the lighting. If you can change the time of day and stuff as well, but I can't remember the toggle A. Okay, so A. Okay, cool. So this building's kind of cool looking. It's got a pretty unusual shape. It's got like also, where is this thing? Is this the LOD thing? If I double click it, will it pop up a little menu for me? Oh, it's loading. There we go. Oops, where did the reference thing go? Hello. Okay, it's gone now. So this is an LOD block on top. I'm trying to figure out how to select it so I can make it go away. Give me a second here. So if I click off and I click on, no, come on. It was like top priority last time I was clicking around here. Do I have to be in a different coordinate? No, just not letting me select it right now for some reason. Is it like behind? Oh, here it is. Okay. Building LOD. Okay, we are selected on it. So if I click 1, no, that didn't do anything. Alt 1. Okay, I'm gonna look for it. BLD1. Oh wait, BLD1. So it's not in 3.1, it's in 3.2 then. Where am I? Oh, okay, it's a little bit set back. Let's cancel. There we go. Okay, so if I have the reference thing open, I guess it can't. It's not highlighted. Interesting. So I want to see what this is. So if I close this, let's click on this thing. Does this show what I'm selected on? No. Does this one show it? There we go. So Metro Head Kirby. Okay. So if I grab this, there it is. So this is an LOD, and it's right now in my way. I found out the 1 key can be used to hide something, and it's like kind of like a grayed out kind of thing, but at least I can kind of see more. And now if I click on stuff, I'm not selecting it, I'm selecting the actual building behind it. So I don't want the LOD right now. I might use it like to just kind of place in the interior when I'm starting out, to use it as a reference point, because it's kind of like generally the shape of the building, which is kind of the point. Oh, where did it go? Oh my god, moving around, and this is sometimes like crazy. It launched me over to the side. Let me select this, please. Come on. There we go. It looks like whatever you select on rotates around that. So holding shift to rotate. So that's why I was like trying to select the thing. I don't know how to center something on screen yet. In most of the things I'm used to hitting F, but it doesn't appear to do anything in this, but I'm not sure. Okay. So this is in 3, was it 2? Or yeah, 3.2. So the actual most of the building pieces are actually in 3.2. So I'm gonna write that down as well. Actual pieces mainly in 3.2. Just to give myself a point of reference for when I'm selecting the actual stuff in here. So what I want to do first is I want to get like a roughly top-down view of this building if I can, although this bridge is going to be in my way. Can I get rid of this stuff? Not really. Okay. Oh, if I click it again, I can even hide it further. Perfect. Okay, that's better. So what I'm looking at is effectively from here to about here as usable space, theoretically. The actual like main part of the building is kind of like this little block here. But they're all kind of like connected, so I was thinking, why not use them in most of the space? Like it's kind of a weird little section, so maybe it wouldn't make sense, but I think at least a few of these buildings should be connected. Maybe not this house and maybe not this house, but there's like a garage here that I could see being like part of the thing. And it would be kind of fun to have an access back out to the rooftop area here. In fact, I might use that just to test opening a door and seeing if I can like door in. um, but yeah, so let's see if I can. Is there a way to do this in non-perspective? Is this, what is this? Create a portal. No, that's not what I want to do. So can I control Z? I don't know. It like one of the problems with this is it also doesn't have an easy way to track changes. Enter portal mode, link portal to room. Trigger. Anything here that looks like a camera setting? View. Ice top. View top. There we go. Uh-huh. I mean, it's not really ideal. Is there view? Isometric? Didn't really do anything. There's not like a way to flatten it, I guess. So maybe I should use the LOD thing. So where is the thing I'm looking at? It was called like Charlestown something something. This one. So if we make that visible, how big is this thing? What I'm gonna do is, okay. What I could do is raise it and then have it. Can I isolate it in some way? Is there a way to like isolate the view to an object? Doesn't appear that way, at least not at first glance. Be nice if I could. A current cell doesn't really help me. So if I just like raise this up, it will give me a good idea of how much of the space it takes up. Oh, come on, stop being so slow. So it does take that whole area. Yeah, so it is this kind of mass of buildings. Okay, so let's undo that move. How far back does it go? Okay, it does go all the way back. Interesting. It doesn't quite cover the buildings, and like that's to be expected because it's used as an LOD. So when you're far away from it, it just loads this in rather than the whole building, so it can save some processing. But there must be a way to like view selected reference. Maybe? No. Oh wait, no, this is like the parenting thing. Is this what I'm looking at? Yeah, they don't scale these things, which is frustrating too, because they make their naming scheme really, really long because they want it to be very specific so that if you know what you're looking for, you know that it's like this set with this size and like it's a this type of block. But that's not helpful for a person who doesn't know what this naming scheme is. And also, their edit window doesn't seem to let you expand it. So you can't like view it, but it looks like this is not the one I'm looking at. Uh, is it? It's so hard to tell. If I hit edit base, okay, there we go. No. See, that's the wrong object. What I'm trying to select is this. Here we go. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so maybe I can use this as my point to refer to. There's a gap here where the garage is, so that I just have to remember that that's like filled. But we can use this. It's a small image, and I don't think I can make this larger. As we've seen, this doesn't really scale, and this one actually doesn't let us at all. So I'm gonna just take a snip and grab this. This will be good enough to use as like a general reference. And I'm just gonna copy that, and I'm gonna throw that into Photoshop, because I'm gonna blow it up a bunch, and I'm gonna use this as kind of a. It's still in perspective, so it's not gonna be perfect, but it will give me at least some idea of kind of the rough layout I'm working with here. Does it go out and then around? I need to check that. Okay. Close that. I just want to make sure that it does do that little jut there. Okay, it does. Yeah. So it goes in and up and then out. And there's the garage. Okay. So let's go back to Photoshop. I've got this. Basically, what this is I'm just going to draw a general shape for this. Can I get a not fuzzy brush, please? There we go. There we go. Something like this. I'll just paint this, and then actually this goes here, here, here. Actually, it goes in a bit further. I'll use the roof line more than anything else here, I think, because the roof line is going to give me less of the perspective issues. And actually, this is like kind of curved more. I'll clean this up, but just give me an idea of the fact that this is curved in. Yeah. Okay. That's also curved. Okay, I'm gonna actually draw in the fact that there's like a couple different building heights here. Let's just double check what the building heights are. So it looks like the garage is actually pretty tall. So I'm gonna go into here. I'm gonna close that off as well. I'm gonna do like a dark gray paint bucket that. White for the ones that are highest. Are there any higher than the? Okay, so the garage roof goes into the same height as this, and then that goes up. So, I'm gonna switch this back to this. Grab that. Actually, that's the wall. We're gonna go up here a bit further. It doesn't really matter too much. That's super high. Oh, high is white. So, oops. That. And then we'll do like a medium gray. Is this? It's also, is it the whole area, or does this go up a bit? I want to hide this LOD again. Okay, so that's Yeah, so that comes up a bit. It's sort of in line with that, so we'll go with the white for that as well. Does that come down? It does, but there's like an obstacle there, so it's not really, well, whatever. Okay, so we will continue our black line around here. Okay, and we'll do this because this whole section, in fact, I can just erase this because it's actually like all the same. Okay. Great. This is, oh, hold on. Oh, I screwed up, didn't I? This is not the same as this. It's the same as, so this is one height into this, but then this is higher, right? Yeah. I mean, the cross is also larger, so we can do something about that as well. So actually, let's just gonna delete that back out. So I should put these on. I should put the lines on a different layer, but whatever. It's too late now. So we'll do. I shouldn't have used the ink dropper to get rid of that. Oops. Why is that not? Oh, am I on? No, I should be on brush. What's going on? Hello. And now Photoshop's just not working. Okay. Hello. Interesting. A Photoshop error. Hmm. Okay. Well, let's I'm just gonna create a new one. We're gonna go custom. I'm gonna do 1920 by 1080. I'll just do this again. 1080. Okay, go. Right. Great. Bigger. I don't know what happened there. That was really weird. I can go bigger than that, actually. It doesn't really need to be on the page here. I just need to make sure it's the right size. All right. We're going to do this properly now. We're going to do this. I mean, this should really not, but whatever. All right. We'll draw this to there. Draw this across. Down, over. I'll just keep going over. And then this is kind of like, is this an angle or is this a curve? It's a curve. Okay. Ugh. Like that. And then this is a curve in like that. And then this is a curve like that. And then we can go back to straight. And do this. All right, and then this is a cutout piece here. This is also cut out. This is also cut out. This is cut out. This is cut out. Oh. Yeah, and then this is cut out. These are all kind of one height. These two are one height. These are not. And all of that, I think, is, except for this thing, right? This thing is taller. Oh no, okay. We have two heights here. Oh, come on, don't load. I wish there was a way to like lock which cells are loaded. I'm sure there is. I just don't know how to do it. Don't go into whatever. I'm trying to keep it within a cell so that it doesn't keep popping in and out things. Okay. So we have I'm just trying to get like general heights because I know that like there's a 3-story section and then a 4-story section, and then like the next one's also roughly 3 stories, and then there's like this peaked roof which is like 3.5 stories, and then another 3.5 stories on that flat section, and then 4 stories, and then 4 stories in the corners. And it looks like this house is 3 stories with a peaked roof as well. So 3.5 could maybe squeeze into 4. So that's what we're trying to figure out. So this is actually like that. Actually, hold on. And then there's this weird thing that juts out above. So we'll grab this into that actually. Da, da, da. Something like that. I mean, this goes a little bit further, but it doesn't really matter. And then this here is another section that's also going to be, I don't need to really draw the peaks in, but I'm just needing to outline the rough building area so that we just know heights. So we have 3-story buildings. Is that a 2-story building at the back, or is that a 3-story building? It looks like a 2-story building with a peaked roof. Yeah. Okay, so we have a 2-story building, a 3-story building. Where is the thing? Here we go. A bunch of 3-story. Okay, so we're gonna go this. We'll go white as our highest area, which is this, which is 4. Oh, that's not 4. This is 4. This is 4. So these areas are 4 stories. And then we have 3 stories and a 2 stories. So we'll go 3 stories as a neutral gray. This is 3. Well, we'll go 3.5 for that and that. But we'll go back to this one. These sections. And then this one is 2, so we'll make that black. Well, I won't go quite to black, actually. Keep it distinguished from the lines. So that's our rough layout. And then I'm just going to go and make the background. Oh, I should have, I didn't do what I said I was going to do, which is make the lines on a different layer. Oh well, too late now. All right, we're going to take this, we're going to go onto this layer. I'm just going to copy this. Actually, I don't need these layers now. There's nothing we're missing, right? No, that's just extra edges from the building that's there, so that's fine. So I don't actually need that. We'll go fully transparent. And I'm just gonna crop this down a bit because I don't need the whole area. I just like working in larger and then getting smaller from there. Good. So that should be good enough for our general layout, for giving us kind of an idea of how much space we have to work with. I should actually add in that there's a roof line here, just so that we know that there's another section there. And where else? Here. Stay on this layer. From here to here. And from here to, I think it was there. Yeah, okay. So that's one section, and then that's another section. And there's one more here. Yeah. Just so that if we choose not to use all of the buildings, then we have like a good idea of where the different pieces are. Yeah, okay, that's probably good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, I can probably just Control A, Control copy, and then go over to my document here, paste. There we go. So now I've got my layout. Actually, we're gonna put it on this page because this is our overview. So actual pieces mainly like this. There's actually, hello, how are you? Let's see. So we have kind of like one main building. I'm gonna label these sections, I think. So let's do that. Let's go. Oh, interesting. Well, that's all right. We can just put that behind. Put this about here. Oh, and I don't need these to be this big. There we go. Put this here. And I'm going to put a label on the different sections here. So we're going to call this, well, let's see. Actually, I should label where the doors are so that we know where we are going to have entry points potentially. The main access I was thinking of is going to be here. So let's do that now. I'm going to just use like a generic shape. Let's just use an arrow. They don't need to be huge. We'll go like this. Put this here. Grab another one. There's one here. There's another one on here. And I'll color these later. We've got a few more entry points. Let's go look at where they are. That's gonna load in something because I'm going downwards. All right. So there's one here. There's one there. There's one there. Well, I'll just keep that in mind. Okay, so there's one there. Come on, swivel around the building. There's like a garage there, but I'm not going to use that. Okay, there's one on the corner. Nothing on any of those, and then one on this corner. So I'm going to start labeling those. So let's go. So there's one on this corner, one on this corner, and one here. And I know I'm going to use this one, so I'm going to color this one right away. Keep it blue for now. This I want to use, and it's going to be on the second floor, so we'll color this, I don't know, like yellow or something as like another floor. We'll figure out the coloring as we go. Back to here. Okay. Swivel around. I'm going to select this now to swivel around this a bit easier. Here we go. Okay. There's two more potential entries here. I'm probably not going to use, oh, 3 of them altogether. Probably not going to use any of those. But where'd my thingy go? It's on this one. Okay, but we'll label them anyways so that we know we have them as possibilities. So there was 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then, oh, come on. Creation kit. Right. So then I'm gonna go, there's none in the garage. I could add one if I felt like it. Click on the garage to use that as a pivot point. There is one on this small house, and there's one on the other house. Okay. And there's nothing else on the upper floors, right? That has nothing. Those don't seem to have anything. Just that one balcony area. Right there. Okay, so let's go back to our little document here. Add the last two. There's one roughly here. And there's another one right about, oh, come on. Right about here. Now you can see why I like using Google Docs. Like just moving these things around is just so easy. Or rather, not Google Docs, but spreadsheets or sheets rather. Sheets, presentations. I don't remember. Slideshow, whatever it is called. The slideshowy one. Google Slides, maybe. Something. Anyways, not that important. I don't need this to be off here. I don't want a scroll bar. Thank you. It still has a scroll bar. Why? Whatever. So these are our entry points. Okay, let's label colors. White for stories. Actually, I'm gonna do this as a bulleted list. Oh, come on. Nope. Are you gonna be annoying? There we go. Light gray equals peaked, or well, 3.5 stories. I don't know. Stories is a different spelling than like a story. Doesn't matter. Dark or just mid gray equals 3-story. I feel like it does have a different spelling. Anyways, dark gray equals 2 stories. Yellow equals balcony exit. Blue equals usable entrance. All right. So we'll start with that. Now what I want to do is start planning out the floors. So here I'm gonna have the main. Oh well, why is it cut off suddenly? What did I do? Oh, I must have clicked on it and moved it inside of the frame. Okay, I wanted to do that. Okay, here we go. So what I want to figure out is we want to build, so floor 1 is theoretically the whole area. So I'm gonna build this out as rooms to start with, I think. So we have this house. Okay, here's something interesting to find out. Does this house have an interior that's aligned with it? What is this one called? It's in 3-2, I guarantee it. Building 3, corner siding A. I think that this is, well, let's see interiors. Oh, they're not gonna have useful naming, are they? Let's see. No, but we have Beacon Hill Apartments. Is this the one with the radiated mutants? If so, it's a similar layout to this house, but an extra story. The pub, I don't remember. The Bugle. There's I guess I could just walk over there on here, but it's gonna load some stuff, which is gonna suck. Here's the entryway I was looking for. Oh, oops, I don't know what F does. I'm hoping I'm not doing something stupid. This here, what is this link to? Okay. Okay, this is Charlestown House. Okay. I cannot see the door. Here we go. Oh. Linked reference. Oh no, that's not the door. Here, this thing. No, give me this. Yes. It's going to take a while to load because I just went into and out of an area, but we'll see how long it takes. Mm-hmm. Ooh, come on. It's loading. Oh no. This was not a good idea. I'm hoping we have most of the information from the Commonwealth environment, which is the like outside environment, because we'll probably just use the interior spaces for the most part. So it's a three. I know it's 3 stories inside. Okay, it's an L shape, so it's a different shape completely. What about? There's a laundromat over here. Come on. Let me click it. No. But I do want to know. What is this called? Door marker. Well, I'm gonna see door. I can't see if there's a marker attached to them. Okay, well, whatever. Uh, laundromat. Laundromat is. I know they have a broken down staircase at the back in here. That's not populated by anything. Like it's just rubble. And then they have a corner entrance. I think on the outside, is it rounded? And then they just chose a flat interior, which we might have to do. I'm gonna have to look at how they build these interiors a lot once we figured out exactly like the layout. But I'm trying to figure out if there's like a couple of these spaces already built so that I can just use those as a floor layout to figure out like sizing of rooms and stuff first, but we'll see. Okay, so this has like a front and a back. I'm gonna go back into the Commonwealth. It's gonna be annoying and load forever, but it's okay. We'll just take a sip of tea while we wait. Okay. Yeah, it's a rounded on the outside, and on the inside is just flat walls. Makes sense. Um, it's not quite what we're looking for. Okay, so let's. I know there's another house somewhere over here, right? Actually, what was the name? Oh no, wait. We'll be looking at the interiors if we're doing that. I'm looking to see if any of these buildings have the same layout as our building here. What is this? Some kind of encounter setup here. Oh, come on. Let's see what this is referenced. Trigger choke point. Interesting. So this is our building here. Our little headquartersy thing. This is quite a bit smaller than that other building, I want to say. Yeah, the other one has like an L shape, but I think it's like a little bit wider and a little bit further deep, but it is also 3 stories. This little 2-story guy is probably closer to the width, which is, I guess it's actually not that far off. Excuse me. Hmm. Well, Okay, let's check out some interior spaces, see whether or not we can find anything. What does Beacon Hill Apartments look like? Let's check this out. Okay. Oof, the loading is so much better on this. Beacon Hill Apartments. So this is a 4-story building. Uh-huh. And it's an L shape, or no, it's not an L shape. It's just that they only give you access to a couple of these pieces. The actual top floor is more of the shape of the building, I would assume. Something like that. Yep, okay. Interesting. Beacon Hill Pub. Let's check that one out. And then we'll check out the other ones that said the name that we were looking at earlier. Okay, this pub is really big. Like quite, wow, it's really big. So actually I want to see what this building looks like on the map. Just in terms of getting a layout idea, sense of the space that it takes out in the world. So let's see how that goes. Running out of tea. Might put on another pot in one of these next loading areas. Come on, Beacon Hill. Come on, Beacon Hill. Oh, wait. Beacon Hill. We want Bunker Hill. Oh, okay, this is going to be somewhere far. Well, that doesn't matter because we're just looking at it for space anyways. So there's a Beacon Hill and a Bunker Hill. I think a Bunker Hill is the place we're at, not Beacon Hill. Confusing. Wow, this is taking forever. This must be an area we haven't loaded yet. Yeah, because yeah. It's going to take longer. Oh. Because we had the other area loaded. I guess it does keep a reference to where you loaded in the overworld, even though it doesn't feel like it. Ooh, this could be a while. Okay, well. Let's get up and stretch for a second. Oh, I can check. Actually, oh, no, here we go. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, I want to see how big this building is. Let me. Come on. Stop loading. Oh, man. Come on. I just want to rotate to see the size of the building. Oh, is this the super tall one? Oh. Okay. This looks like the super, super tall one, right? Yeah, so that's not gonna work out for us at all. All right. It was Charlestown. No, it was not Charlestown. Well, we can check. We want to check interiors again, so it will load faster. And it was Bunker Hill, not Beacon Hill. Okay, sorry. We have loaded. All right. This is Oh, is this the dungeon thing? What is this? It looks like a kind of dungeon thing, but it's definitely not a kind of building that we're curious about. This is not for us. So, this is not going to work. What was the name? I think it was Charleston House, right? Yeah, it was the Charleston House. This one was kind of like a T shape, although they tended to take a little bit more here. So they kind of use a rough layout. They don't need it to be exact. Okay, so the laundry was the one that's small. Well, actually, the laundry's not that small. It's a the width wise, it's kind of like that little building plus that curve into the main building. The both of which are actually one is 4 stories and one is 3.5. But we could look at the laundry for a general idea of like the layout of for that for spacing. So it's about they kind of so they have this part was just like an extension on the main piece. But that's about right because the corner part is a very small piece. It's probably from about here. So this is about the width of that area. And then the depth wise, it would be like going around the corner to about probably like here. And then cuts in. And then the second floor would start. So we could use this as a bit of an idea, but there's got to be something better than this. There's a drug den. How big is this building? Hmm. I wonder how big this one is on the outside. It looks like it might be an amalgamation of a couple different buildings, but let's check it out. It should be back in our sort of area that we were in before. So even though it might take a while to load into it, it's going to be better um, than where we were before, or where we went by accident, which was Beacon Hill, not Bunker Hill. Okay. I'm going to start. I'm going to check my. I'm making some bread, so I'm going to check check how the dough is going. Okay. So here we back. Here we are back in the Commonwealth. Where is this building? Here we go. Okay, so this one's 2 and a bit. It has a balcony area. It's got. It's the depth. Okay, so this is like a good example because it's got that same weird thing on its roof. And I think it's about that same width as our main kind of like curvy section. But also as the kind of buildings that come off of it to the north. Um, these here. like this width I think is the same, and like this is roughly the same. Um, so and it's about like this long, I think, these two buildings together. So yeah, it's in reverse order, but it seems like that's correct. So let's check out the drug den again on the interior here. It was called Charlestown Drug Den. What? Something like that, right? Cambridge, 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 CS, Charlestown, Drug 10. Here we go. Okay, so this can give us an idea of like, so it was 2 stories and a balcony, or like a story and a balcony. This is 3 stories, and then there's like a two, like a 1.5 story, or like I guess this is 2 story. Yeah, it's like a 1.5 story. And then they have like a small half, like these. So these are all like regular story heights, I guess. And then this is like a double height. And then they have that like balcony off of here. Oh, I guess it's off of there. That's a weird thing that they did there. It's like there's a whole bunch of dead space in the building. I wonder why. I guess they had an idea of having like a big atrium into here, and then they wanted it to go into like the main building, and then it would pop out onto the balcony. But that's interesting. Okay, so get an idea for the sense of the size of this. It looks like it's about as deep as that laundromat was, but it's 2 buildings together. Um, and then there's a staircase here. Okay, what does this staircase look like? Oh, come on. I don't need that focused anymore. Building, stairs, hall. I'm just gonna pull these. I don't really want to save this thing. Ooh. If I see it starred that because I've edited it now. I really don't want to do that. I might just like not save anything I've done today in the mod until like I've done something, until I'm ready to do something proper. Um, and for now, we're just gonna like look at pieces and we're just gonna like ignore all changes because I've been like poking at a bunch of stuff, and we're just gonna get an idea for sizing of some stuff. Okay, so there's like a generic staircase that's like this high. Okay, cool. I wonder what the stairs are generally like. This is like what? Hold on. Give me that staircase again. Building. Small stair block 03. So if I want to do BLD, WLP. Okay, so it's not a door, clearly. Static. Broke wall. SM. Stair. Okay, it's here. So if I look for stairs. Cool. So let's see what other stairs look like. That's like a whole hanger. We don't need that. These are room stairs, I guess. So, add stairs. Oh, interesting. These are like exterior stairs. So do they have like a name thing that I can get for interiors? Oh, I see, interiors and exteriors. So this is an interior brick stairs. Um, oh, trim. Okay. Don't need trim. Just trying to get an idea. So these are all like super wide. Probably won't use a super wide staircase. I wonder if all of these are like that. That one's shorter, still wide. Um, Tiny. Okay, so all of these brick ones seem to be like double wide from what I want. Is a half? Okay, half is like the regular staircase size. The brick ones seem to have like the standard size seems to be like a super wide staircase, like for a hall, like an entry hall. Um, so we kind of get an idea of what these brick ones are like. Concrete stairs. Oh, that's trim again. There we go. That's maybe what we'll use. I don't know if I like that. Deco small stairs. I don't know if that's just like, oh, okay. It's like a specific building, maybe deco. Um, so small stairs. What these are? It says rail. Okay, no, it is actually just a rail. So they're just for this pieces. Deco stairs, and then these are just pieces of rail for that stair, or is this Sirio? Ah, okay, nice. They're like, how do I? Is it A to do the lighting again? Uh, oh, okay. This is like a super dark area. Um, it looks like it's some kind of like granite, like nice. So I guess deco is like an art deco staircase, maybe. Um, okay. What else do we got? I'm just curious about like what our options are in terms of like how we can lay this out. I think that this I've got a good sense of the space now in terms of like how much space we've got to work with. To get it so, like all of these are not exact to the actual buildings, so they're just kind of like a vague like if you enter it, it's gonna feel roughly like you've entered that building. You're not gonna feel like taken out of place, but it's not gonna be perfect to the building as far as I can tell. So I'm just trying to get a sense now of like, okay, so I know roughly what the scale is gonna be like. So what are like the pieces we can use, and how is that gonna get us going? Because we kind of want to get a consistent baseline, and that will give me an idea of like how big of a staircase we can use, where are we going to then place them. So I'm kind of going from the fact that since we're not building these buildings, oh, I see, it tells you how many of these are used in the game. That's kind of cool. um so these must be pretty popular. Oh, they're like half height though. These are rails. Um, what was I saying? Yeah. So basically, like, if I was building a new game, I would be like blocking this out, knowing that we could get assets built. But since I'm using their assets, I just kind of have to figure out what we have to work with. Ooh, these are better. These are half block, but these are wooden stairs. I think I want to use these wooden stairs probably primarily. But we'll see. Rail stairs. Okay, so wood SM. These are half. So there's got to be like a full, half tiny, half short, half. What are all the? Okay. No, I don't want to use the. I want to use these block ones, maybe. Is it half block? Yeah, maybe. Oh. Um, oh. Hold on a second here. Hmm. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So we've got these wooden stairs. They look cool, but they don't have space underneath them, which is fine for some things. But I think you want to have like this staircase, right? Where oh no, I guess this one's a solid block. But there's probably one on the upper floor. No, they all use solid blocks in this place. I wonder if they just don't have good pieces for that. Hold on a second. Mm-hmm. I gotta give somebody a link here. Hold on a second. Do this. Go over here. Boom, boom. All right, and oh no, there we go. Okay. Okay. uh um okay. Sorry. People keep messaging me. I'm just trying to make sure they can access the video. So we got an idea for the base. I'm trying to find a staircase that like works like a real staircase does. All right. So, let's see if we can find a staircase that has what I'm looking for. Because basically, like, what I'm thinking of is having like a proper staircase where you have like a piece that comes up, and then you have another one that kind of comes up on top of it, so that you can kind of go zigzaggy back up and down the stairs, like a fire escape kind of staircase, um, like or like a normal building staircase. I guess sometimes you have them kind of like do it like a kind of like a I don't know what's that called. Sounded like a spiral, but like in the square format. um, But these are all like huge blocks. So they seem to have like, so they have these, but these are weird. I mean, they're very, very thin. They feel like they belong to like a set of rickety warehouse stairs. And they have these block ones. Maybe let's try this. No. Is there like another wood stairs? So there's wood BS. So maybe wood PS is a different staircase. Oh wait, P small. So would B small and would P small. So B small rails, rails. Here we go. That's better. Yeah, that's better. Okay. These wood P stairs might be what we're looking for. Do they have other materials that are like that? Wood stairs, barricades, bridges, concrete. Ceiling stairs? Oh, interesting. Yeah, so like, are these in pieces? Um, oh, these are some weird pieces. I don't know what these are for. Okay. Cinder block stairs. Okay, that's not useful. Deco. We know what deco looks like. Hit floor edge stairs. Exterior. Oh, what are these? Okay, those are like very specific. House interior stairs, ground floor. Okay. Interesting. It's like, I don't know why it has this here. I guess, no, I just don't really know why they'd put that on there. Maybe there's some weird kind of like blending issue with like the pieces. It's gonna be annoying to figure out. It's kind of cool though. Oh, and this one too. I think these are pretty good, at least to get started. But then I want to have, I don't know. We'll probably want to put in a couple of different staircases because of the size of this place. So let's figure this out. Cat. Okay, catwalk stairs. I see. So industrial catwalk. Metal stairs landing cap. Okay, that's not useful. Metal stairs, landing, rail post, rail, metal interior stairs. Not bad. It's kind of, the meshes mashed together there. These are pretty good, and it looks like they use them a lot. Stair wall, okay. Corner stairs. Oh, that's weird. Nope. Power lift, catwalk stairs, quarry stairs, rail, or no, RW. Oh, crazy. Interesting. I guess these are for like exteriors. Yeah, landscapes. Interior T block stairs. Interesting. Okay. Small stairs. Subway. Oh, okay. Subway stairs. Okay. Starting to learn the naming conventions here. So do they not have like a regular concrete staircase? I feel like that's concrete stairs. Here we go. Okay, so it's these. There are these really dirty concrete things, like broken concrete. All right, well, at least I get an idea. Do they have like a half size? Yeah, they have like half size ones as well. Something like that. Okay. So that gives us some information. Let's go back to our little ditty over here. Where is the? That's on Firefox, right? Here we go. Okay. So floor 1. So the laundromat's about the size of these two buildings together. I'm gonna go and so we're gonna. Oh, come on. It feels like this building on the end is really built like it's pretty short. Oh, well, I guess it's almost the same size as this one then, actually. Where am I? Why am I not looking at anything anymore? No. There we go. Here we go. So it's about as wide as these, is it? No, it can't be because our entryway is about that a single room wide. Because it's just a yeah, no, it can't be that wide. But perspective makes it really hard to judge this stuff. So this section, oh yeah, I should look at I don't need Photoshop here anymore. I'm gonna go back to this. So we have, so this section is like one room in size, basically. And it does go practically right up into this. So we could just combine these spaces to create a bit of a larger space on some of the floors. Or we can blend these together, but there's this extra story here that we may or may not want to use. But basically, so we have this maybe into here, and then we have this. Which is a bit thinner. So it's pretty small as well. Probably just want it to be like one room as well. I'm just thinking like it's super claustrophobic if we have like a bunch of tiny rooms. So what I'm thinking is we probably don't want to divide any rooms up smaller than about the size of this. We do not have any space here because this is a garage on the bottom floor. I think it does have a story above. We'll plan it as though there is for now, and we'll think about that later. And I haven't decided which building I want to connect it into yet. So we have a story there, a story here. We have this big piece. And then we obviously have another building over here. This is the width of that, which is about the width of that too. But then it also goes all the way down this hall here. And we could bleed all the way into here like that too. Potentially. For now, we'll grab this. Then this, I'm going to definitely combine these two buildings because I think it's just too small otherwise. Although it is kind of the same as this guy. Like we could have two distinct rooms like these. And that wouldn't be bad. For planning the spaces out, it might be pretty good actually. Like this one has the two doors as well. So we could do something like that. So we could do like one. Come on. Line up for me. 1, 2 rooms, and then like this thing is weird. I wish I could open multiple of these at the same time because it's like moving back and forth between this building and which is in the exterior and these interiors takes so long. Um this whole thing is kind of gobbledygook in that it's like smashed a couple of buildings together. I think I'm gonna ignore how these are laid out and just treat this like one big space. Probably. Although this is kind of more like a, I don't know. It's so weird. It's got like a weird factory like thing. No, that's here. It's just like a weird roofline thing. We're gonna grab this. So let's say that there's a staircase. Like this is kind of the right setup to be like a stair, like a up and then up and then up and then up kind of staircase. Although if we go up, 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 up like that, then we can't have it connect into here. Unless we have landings, which would be fine. Depending on the width of this. Maybe. This seems like a good place for a staircase to me, just because of like, it's pretty centrally located, but it's also an awkward space for anything other than a staircase in terms of size, although it's not too far off these, but I kind of feel like this big area could use a cool grand staircase. Like maybe because it's got this really cool like rounded exterior with the balconies on it. Like maybe we try to mimic that on the inside and have like a balcony, like we do like a half floor or like a not a half floor, but like an opening from the second floor down to the first. Um like a kind of a saloony kind of feel. I don't know what kind of pieces we'd have to make that work, but I think that would be cool. Then this would be like a back office room. Yeah, I think that that would be cool. All right, so we're gonna start doing that. I don't know where that piece did I? Just gonna, yeah, no, I must have used it somewhere else because I wasn't paying attention. Right about here. We're gonna copy that, and we can't use the garage. We will want an entry point there. I'm gonna just grab one of these so that I remember. Into there. Or do we? It doesn't have an entry point on the back. Maybe we don't. Okay, so this could be cut up into quadrants, theoretically. This area is so funky. It's such a weird shaped building. Okay. I'm not gonna duplicate that piece because it's off center. We're gonna do this. I think we're just gonna hold on. So there's a double door here that might be better as the main entrance. I put the main entrance here because I thought that this would be cool with the big head thing here. But I think that this is a better main entrance. This is more like a side entrance. So now I have to think about like what do we want on each floor, right? So first floor I'm thinking like a foyer, which is actually a foyer because it's an English word and not borrowed from anything else, but it sounds stupid as foyer. So we're gonna have a foyer. We're gonna have, let's say, well, okay. Do we want a basement? I'm gonna say yes. We're gonna have a basement because everything in Fallout has a basement, or like a lot of things in Fallout have a basement. So if we're gonna have a basement, then we're gonna have things like workshop stuff in the basement. We're gonna keep the main floor as like maybe an office reception area and a foyer. So we're gonna think, so like the building beforehand, what would it have been? It's got like this really weird rounded section that to me screams like that it has like a foyer kind of like opening with like a balcony, an interior balcony space, like almost like a library. It could be a library. It could also be like a cafe. It's pretty weird. I mean, it wouldn't have attachments to the other buildings if it was a cafe. A library makes sense. It could be like an office building that they kind of like merged the houses into different offices over time, which is what it's going to be now. But what was it before? Because we want to figure out like how they would have modified it to work for them. Um, hmm. So there's going to be a restroom somewhere on the way in 4. There's going to be a kitchen because these would have been houses, so there would have been like a kitchen on one of these. There's going to be like some weird living room stuff, but I'm going to convert them to like offices and things, I think. I'm going to put I don't want anything lab like on the main floor. I want to put like office type of things on the upper floors, and I want the lower floor to have like a lab space. The main floor is going to be mostly to be like, wow, isn't this amazing? It's a huge new building. So I want a pretty open concept for the kind of main foyer space. And then it's going to go up and then back, and it's going to get bigger on the other floor. Well, yeah. So you're gonna, and then you're gonna get. So this is 3 stories, right? Main building. Yeah. So 2 of the stories. We could make the whole space like a. I mean, we could have it be having been a library. So if it was a library, then yeah. So I'm gonna say the foyer previously a library. We'll have restrooms located in one of the houses, maybe. Do we need a restroom on the main floor? I mean, if these were houses, then you'd probably have at least one of them with a restroom on the main floor. But maybe if it was a library, you might have them not on the. Yeah, like above the garage, maybe. Because it's kind of industrial, fits with the building. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll cut the restroom out. Kitchen, former house. Let's do like storage spaces, and then like lounges. These, so that's gonna be like floor 1. Floor 2 is gonna have actually I think I'm gonna keep these separate. But this is now available. This is gonna be our restroom. Foyer stays the same. Kitchen. So we're gonna have more of those things, but we're gonna do makeshift offices, restrooms, and these are both 3 stories. This is 2 stories. So this still exists on this floor, but it will not on the next floor. So let's go up to floor 3. This doesn't exist anymore. Makeshift offices and head office. Anything else not extend up to 3 floors? No. Everything else extends up to 3 floors. Right? Yes. And then we have a 4th floor where we lose everything but these pieces here. I'm just gonna vaguely outline this like this. So that's gonna be one thing. And this will be what would we put on the fourth floor? Let's see. We could do, well, let's not get hung up on that yet. Let's solve. So we have floors 1 through 4. We're gonna do a -1 floor as well. I'm not gonna do floor 0. I'm just gonna say floor 1 is ground, and then floor -1 is basement. Okay. Floor -1, we can use the whole thing. This is gonna be labs, workshops, data center. Possibly vault access. Data center. So depending on how I feel, well, actually we might just do that. We might create a vault that's like a sub basement. That's where they actually store the data. That could be like a vault that was used for some kind of computer-based experiments, like they've done in a couple of the Fallouts, and they can have just converted that since the subjects would all have deceased, because most of them have in most of the vaults, that they've gone, well, there's perfectly good computers here, and they adapted that into a makeshift thing. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll take vault access to the data center, and then we'll do a vault that'll look whatever. We don't know yet. Okay. Vault, then floor -1, floor 1. Floor -1, we will not have space here and here, I think. Well, floor -1 can be pretty large and cavernous. If it's labs and workshop space. So let's make it like the library part would still stay mostly what the library would have been. So it's like book storage and stuff like that. And then they converted, let's say, like this whole area into like a big underground lab space. Somewhere like this. And like this. Yeah, something like that. I'm just gonna put these together. This is all one big space that we can cut up as we feel like it needs it. And then I'm gonna have like a small, actually I'm just gonna leave, I have this here. There's gonna be like a small crawl space kind of thing, that'll be accessible via the library. And then the library area, so it's gonna be labs, workshops, vault access. So where would we want the vault? Let's put the vault access here. Let's put the vault access from the library. Where would they have put a vault? It wouldn't be under the house. So yeah, it would have to be from the library. So let's say they built a huge vault like right into the wall of the library. So in that case, we're not going to use this. Although we could have it go like a stairway down and then the vault, and that would allow us to use some of the back space here. It's not a bad idea. We'll see. Something like this. We'll put this like here. Downstairs. This is a crawl space. Crawl space, and then library storage. And that will keep good an interesting kind of continuity from like the past to the present. They take over an old library and then use that. The library has like some computers in it and stuff, and is a reliquary of knowledge. So we got like some connective tissue here. So we got so that's our -1. We'll do these better in a moment. I'm just gray blocking, kind of getting the idea of what we're doing. Makeshift offices, restroom, head office, makeshift offices, restroom. Then this is excluded, and we have just these two parts. So what do we want here and here? No more foyer. We only have 2 spaces. So attic. Well, actually, no. This is rooftop access, which we know from here. Rooftop access. And then actually, yeah, so we should keep these colors consistent. This will be hold on. Oh, no, this is the one I wanted. Floor 1, it's going to have an entrance this way. Okay, and then floor -1, I'm going to color this a different color. Green to vaults. I don't know why green, just it seems vault techy, even though vaults are blue and yellow. Maybe I've just used blue and yellow. I'm gonna make it yellow, and I'm gonna just change these. This is gonna be orange. And we'll go back to this one and make this orange. Great. Okay. Green, or no, yellow rather. Green. It's because the Pip-Boy is green normally, or at least like it was in the first game. So blue. We're gonna do that. Floor 1. I am going to make these separate on the first floor, so that this remains like a house. And this will be like side access into like the area here. Well, like I kind of want this to be like a kitchen. And then this is like, I mean, it was a house. Well, this floor still needs to be figured out a bit, I think. But let's go further up. Let's finish off the easy ones, things that are like small enough that are like really easy and obvious. So we have rooftop access, and then we have like a it's got like a big, it looks like that should be an elevator shaft. So elevator maintenance, elevator shaft slash maintenance. I don't maintain. I don't know. Close, whatever. Nope. It has an I. Nope. Ugh. Maintenance. Okay. So we're going from maintain to maintenance. Okay, sure. Maintenance shaft. So that's this. So we have an elevator shaft that leads into a maintenance area. So now we're gonna have to create an elevator for this building. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know. Yeah, there's got to be a way to make an elevator that is internal. We'll find out. Um, because I think most of the elevators are load zones, but maybe not. Yeah. So okay, elevator shaft maintenance. So we'll just do. Let's do some colors for these to coordinate these things. Let's do blue. It's too bright. Let's go like, sure. Got the wrong blue, yeah. Okay. Here we're gonna do this, and then elevator shaft. It's gonna be red or red orange. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the interior color, rusty orange. And then the maintenance can be a red. Wrong one again. All right, there. So that's those areas. Okay, floor 4 figured out. We got it. Floor 3. So this is going to be an elevator, and then we're going to have a hall that goes into here every single time, basically. And then this is going to come out and onto like a foyer. So let's mock this up. Starting with the first floor. Elevator. Let's do some kind of symbol for that. I think would be easiest. Sure, a little box. Boom. Elevator. 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 And then there's going to be like a ladder. I think we can do a ladder. Pretty sure Fallout has ladders. Pretty sure. If it doesn't, we'll figure something out. We may not need to do this, but we'll see. So these are elevators. Why is this one not in the same place? Good. So, and we'll have it go all the way down to the -1 floor, and then first floor is gonna have some staircases. I'm gonna come up with a symbol for stairs, I think, and then we will actually not need the arrow here. Well, we'll have an arrow, but it'll be like here. But I think we need a staircase icon. So what makes a good stairwell icon? Something like a triangle, like it's going up or down. Maybe like a broken arrow. No, that's too useless. It's too similar to our other shapes. Let's see. Yeah, that like ramp looks good. Can we adjust that ramp at all? No. Okay, so is there another one that looks the same but actually is maneuverable? trapezoid. That's the flowchart thing. I want a trapezoid that I can flatten one of the walls. No, it just does both. Is there one that I can do an individual wall? Nope. Hmm. I mean, that's not bad. It'd be nice to use this though. It's kind of weird that they don't have a version of this that you can like adjust the ramp height. But whatever. Sure. We'll flip this one upside down. And now it's a staircase. Sort of. It's really not ideal for this, but something like that. Anyways. Stairs here and here. Yeah. It implies like a barrier, but I really want it to imply like a direction, which is why that like ramp was kind of nice, but maybe I'd do something more like that. It's not bad. Okay. Come in this way and like this way. Oops. Something like that. So you get like this whole balcony section that's going to come around to the elevator. Well, if it's the elevator's incorporated into the thing, then maybe we want this like here. Like I want the first floor to have like a stairwell coming up from the ground area. It's gonna be like probably like quite large. Take up about that much space. So that goes up. And then there's gonna be like a floor with a cutout like here, like this. So maybe we just need one staircase and then we have the elevator. We don't need two staircases. That would be cool. So this goes up here, and then I'm thinking like another staircase in here maybe for just these building pieces, and having just like an entry into here, and then this is kind of like its own wing because it was like separate buildings. And then the main library, which would have these incorporated to some degree. Although on the main floor, this doesn't have anything in it. But this space is so weird. We want this to be like something like that. Anyways, yeah. So there's gonna be a staircase here. This is gonna be. I'm gonna send this back. So this is gonna go to here. Oh, actually, I could probably just draw this with a shape thing. There's a draw shape thing, right? Polygon. This is gonna be a different room back here. This is going to be an elevator somewhere like there. This will probably just be like a closet or something. I don't need it. Probably. And then over to here. Boom. There we go. Cool. So that's our foyer space. Has a staircase, and then we're gonna have. So I do want this to be the main entrance. So, um, this is gonna be what color? Let's do. I don't know. We can do this. Oh my god, no. I'll outline it in black, and it's gonna be green inside. That's our main entrance. Boom. And boom. Oh, this is not floor 1. This is floor -1. Here. Boom. This way. So you come in and you see a staircase and this big space. And there's going to be like cabinetry all around here. And then this is a hallway. So we're going to have. What's a good symbol for a doorway? We'll have open and closed doors, but I don't think I need to plan those out until afterwards. I'm just going to know that they're doorways, and we'll have to figure out what we want to do with them. So, yeah, like a diamond shape is good. So this is going to be a doorway here. This is also going to be doorway. Actually, a diamond shape sucks because it can look like a square in the wrong orientation. Let's do. Do you have any weird symbols? These are a little too weird. We could use this one. This is better. Okay. Boom. Boom. Let's put this like over here. We'll offset it. This one also will offset down here. Yep. We'll do doorway here to the stairwell. We will have another doorway here. This whole thing's going to be probably one big area, but we will figure that out. These could be two small areas. And that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. So, I'm just gonna use this boy to do this because I don't want to color these every time. I think that's gonna be take too long. Foyer. Boom. To this dot. There we go. Kitchen here. Storage here. If it's a if it is a library, then we're gonna want like a reception desk somewhere. Probably right here. Let's do something like that. I'm just gonna box one in. Okay, reception. elevator, lounge. Uh, Lounge. Well, actually, we want. There's gonna be living quarters because it's gonna be like an establishment. So maybe on the second layer level, that's what it's mostly gonna be. But what would the first floor be? Probably like, yeah, lounges and like kitchenettes, lounges. So like lounge slash kitchen space. Um, I'll just do lounge. Lounge kind of incorporates all that stuff, and we can figure it out as we do it. Basically, like this whole wing, it's like one thing. So I'm just gonna color this as like a wing. Let's do um lounge wing. Foyer is gonna be um storage space. I don't know that this would be storage for the library at this point. This probably would have also been a house. Would this have been a house at the time, or would it already have been incorporated into the library? That's what I want to know. Maybe this is like a a gift shop. Like it was converted into a gift shop, or like, yeah, like the library store. That makes sense. So let's do that. So then like the librarians here, this gets like incorporated in. We could have it do that. We could have this kind of like come around and then it's just one big counter. Yeah, that house looks old enough that I think we could do that. So let's say like this. This is not storage. It is now uh, gift library store. Yes. Okay. And then since these are close together, we can shift this down. No, it doesn't do it. I've wanted to use the same key I'd use in code stuff, but it does not like that. So this is not the elevator. This is the elevator. This is the lounge wing. And this is the library store. And reception. Sure. Just trying to clean this up a little bit. Pull this into here. Let's do something like this. So like it's like the reception desk and the cash desk all in one. I don't know if that would have been done like that in the day or if they would even have had a sales shop, but let's just say this one does. So then this is going to be just actually blown open like that. But I do want them two distinct spaces. So we're going to color code these slightly differently, but they're going to be close. So let's see, what do we want this to be? Like a, ooh, no, I keep doing the wrong one. This, and then this one can be like a this. There we go. So they're close, but they're not actually the same. Okay, and then this is like an another entrance. Maybe like the employee entrance. I was thinking like this might have been the employee enters, but if this is the gift shop, that doesn't really make sense. I kind of want a stairwell in here to get to the upper floor. This is going to be making it really tight if I do this wraparound thing. You wouldn't have a stairwell in front of the windows. Well, if we have a stairwell that goes like over the reception thing, that could be okay. Um, we'll have to figure this out. There's going to be a stairwell in here somewhere, which I'm going to mark off now. Somewhere in here is going to be a stairwell. Maybe here. Haven't decided yet. I'm going to color code these stairwells. They go to... I am on the wrong one again. They go somewhere else. I'm going to make them yellow. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Copy this one. Oh. And this one's going to go up. And this one... Which way goes up normally? Left side, right side? Left side, right? This goes down. So I'm going to go down, up. Okay. That's probably good. And then I don't know if we want to put another oh wait, we will want another stairwell at the very least in this complex because we want the roof access. So we're going to do another stairwell. This one's going to be against the wall though. Go up this way. Okay, and then this one probably should also have a stairwell. We'll see. This one's a maybe, but it would also be like here. Actually, assuming the front door is in the street. Yeah, because the back door would be out to the this way. So that way would be the correct way for the door. For this is the correct entrance way, and this is the exit. Haven't decided if we're going to do other entrances or exits, but those should be good. Okay. So then, yeah. I'm going to color code this blue because it's going to be in the same kind of realm as those. And this is going to be like into that as well, but that's fine, whatever. I could just do like this, but whatever. It's all like that. Doesn't matter. We know that this is going to be one contiguous kind of piece. All right, so that's floor 1. I think we've got a good idea for how that's supposed to look. So in floor 2, this is all staying the same. I'm just gonna do this. Undo that. There we go. Copy this. Paste that. I'll grab this too. Oops, not the right one. This one. And if there's a stairway that comes up here, then we're gonna need another stairway that goes up after that. This needs to be like a double arrow. Well, I'm just gonna do it like this, I think. Overlay these on top of one another, shrink this to half, and color this orange. So it's gonna be one of the ones where it's like go around and then go up kind of thing. Just which is not really like how it would be in a house for the most part, but that's fine. So that's gonna go up. Yeah, so you're gonna come, you go down that way or up this way. Just kind of weirdly stacked, but whatever. Um, I get it. So we're gonna have these still be this. We now have this space. And we have this space. This space is going to still be this. So we're gonna get rid of, oh, what did I just do? There we go. There we go. This is going to actually be going down. And that's the only 2 stories in that building, so that one gets killed off after that. We're gonna create our polygon here for our second level. So I want this to be open. How open do I want it to be? I want it to be like from here around, over and in, I think. Well, first let's grab this, place that in the right place. And we'll do the same for these. Okay. So, let's do this polygon. Actually, before we do that, I'm gonna grab this. We're gonna flip this around and turn this brown or orange. Okay, so here we go. There we go. How do I get it to do the thing? Here we go. Okay. So we're definitely gonna. Why is the cursor just dying into the background? Okay, so we go from here to here about. We're gonna go straight across to here. Straight across to here. Straight across to here. Boom. Boom. Okay. Cool. Actually, let's go further back. There we go. Because we want to know where the elevator is sitting. Just gonna turn that sideways, whatever. So elevator's going here. This is gonna come around and go in. And now this is just gonna be a continuation of this, probably, right? Haven't decided. I think it might just be a continuation of that. But whatever. Do we have like a semicircle? We do, but it's like a weird semicircle. Can I change the... Oh, we can. Nice. That's cool. Come on. Come on. Perfect. Okay. Good enough. You get the idea. This is going to connect into here and there. Or is it? I haven't decided on if it's going to connect into there, actually. We're definitely going to connect it into that. Okay. This is going to be like a... I don't know. Well, In a perfect world, this would be like one of those cage ones that has like the, but it probably don't have one of those assets, but we'll find out. Okay. So that comes up and into here. There's going to be like a little bit of a walk around, but it's going to be a pretty grand staircase. And then you have all this space, which is going to continue. I think I'll probably cut this in at an angle, actually. I'm just going to do that like this. Oh. Something like this. Well, yeah. And then I'll shove this down. Yeah. Something more like that, probably. Maybe even all the way into that corner. Yeah, about there. Okay. So I was squinting to try to like make the lines go away so that I could see what the space would look like. But anyways, so we're gonna have like shelving and shelving and shelving, shelving. This is not gonna open up into here. This will open up into here. So let's grab one of these guys and put this here. We're gonna have yeah, we'll have this open into here. That still exists for one more floor, right? Yeah, okay. Oops, I don't need a second one of those. That's going to continue up. This is going to not necessarily be a doorway, but I'll just mark it to make sure. And I don't want to continue on that through, I think. I think it's going to be its own little unit that's only accessible from the other one on the ground floor. And then this is going to be like a reading nook or something. Yeah, this will be a reading nook. Let's do that. Reading nook. This is going to be our restrooms. Which color was that? Okay, a lavender. Oops. Keep doing that. All right. And this one too. There we go. And this one too. Actually, this one's going to be like the one here. Haven't decided yet if it's going to continue in. Reading nook. Okay. Foyer continues on. These all continue into floor 3. So floor 2 is gonna be. Do I want? Yeah, the offices should be on the second floor, and then the third floor will be the living quarters, and not vice versa. Yeah. So in that case, yeah, because these are entryways. I mean, it could be offices. Would it make more sense to have it lounge on the second floor and sleeping on the third? Or lounge office sleeping? I've seen both configurations in real life. I think generally speaking, people have their offices off the main floor. And I think that they would want to have them off the main floor in case somebody like broke in, especially in like this society. They're gonna board it all up, but they probably want to have like just kind of like a lounge dining area on the main floor, kitchen, lounge, dining, etc. Yeah. Plus, if it's got a kitchen the gas, plumbing, and stuff, it's cheaper to keep it all on the main floor rather than putting them upstairs. So let's yeah, do that. So then offices are going to be on this floor, and then this floor is going to be um living quarters. So they're going to have like a communal kitchen dining experience, I think. It might have like two kitchenettes at either end, but it's going to be like one communal thing basically. And then yeah, offices, second floor, restrooms for the this area. These are probably gonna all still have like maybe I'll put like a restroom in each one. The one thing that has bothered me about a lot of these games is they just don't put restrooms in at all. We could just put like doorways into like rooms that are just boarded up or whatever, and those could have been the restrooms or whatever. But Fallout seems to be pretty good about putting restrooms into places generally. But there's still like places that don't have it. And like Skyrim and stuff, definitely there's not like outhouses everywhere or like those what are they called? Like the things you like go to the washroom off the side of a castle. Whatever. Those things are not clearly there very often, but like a lot of games is not just a Bethesda thing. Like people are just like we built a house, and you're like, oh yeah, it's a house. It has a bath, or it has a bedroom, it has a living room, it has a kitchen, and no bathroom. It's just like okay. Um, but yeah. Okay. So, but I want like a big bathroom space for the the library because it would be a public space that would have that. I have my reading nook, makeshift offices. What do I want this space to be? Because now I think this is going to be something separate from this. So on this one it was, or on this one, it was also a kitchen. Um, Maybe I make this like a private residence for like the head of the thing. He's just separated from the rest of the people. So this is gonna be like hmm. Well, but then there's like a crawl space under it, which makes sense. Okay. But it goes up to the third floor. Hmm. What would make this one different? I could have it be a hierarchy thing, and it's like the head guy got his own quarters or her own quarters. But what would you have? So if you have the bottom floor be like kitchen, dining, then the second floor would be living, and third floor, yeah, so something like that. Although there's a double exit and entrance, so it probably makes sense to make this one a living room. And then this one becomes kitchen. And then the next one will become living quarters. Well, sleeping area, whatever, bedroom. Okay. So, yeah. This is good. This I think is good. Let's connect all of our dots here. Foyer. Oh, above there. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna nudge that down. feel like I should probably just nudge this way further down. And, well, hold on. These should be near each other. Oh. Oh, okay, never mind. It looked like it moved the whole thing, but it didn't. The living room elevator could go even further down. Living room could go even further down. Okay. I'm gonna move this up here. And this moves down. Come on. Whatever. This one. Okay, the highest one should be this one. Just trying to organize these so that these things go to their respective places based on where they are. So living room will go down. Foyer is probably here. Elevator is down. The store comes up. Actually, the reception goes up. Reception should probably go above the foyer. Well, whatever. Put this here. Space that. And this goes to the bottom. And this goes above this. It's basically reverse order. Okay, the foyer is now here. Right, this one is down here. This one is here. That's in the same place again. And this one's up here. Oh, so much better. Okay. This one is like down a bit, but that's all right. Actually, no, this one should be below the restroom. Offices. Oops. Makeshift offices. Restrooms, foyer. Restrooms, foyer. Whatever this is, which is above the store. I just say store. It can be more store. Reading nook. Yeah, reading nook. And then this is a kitchen. Okay, yeah. Great. So we'll now connect all these dots up. Restrooms. Foyer again. Store again. This is a reading nook. And this is a kitchen. And I'm going to label this open to lower. Open to -1. Or no, to 1. Just so that we know that that's an open space. Yeah. Staircase. We got this. We got that. Restroom. Good. This is gonna go in there. That's the garage underneath. The restroom. Obviously, you'll have plumbing in the wall or whatever, but that's fine. This becomes offices. This is the kitchen for this house. Because that house, it just makes sense to reverse them. And it makes sense to like have different houses be slightly different. So we'll just have that in that order, and that's fine. This was just a wealthier house or something. Or like, I mean, it's just really the configuration of the house. Like, it has an entryway at both sides, so it would be weird to have that right into the kitchen. And there's not really a way to lay that out for a dining and living space. So it makes more sense a dining and kitchen space. So it makes sense to put that on the second floor. Or you can like shove the kitchen. Oh, this needs to be one of these guys. Um, whatever. Whatever way that goes. Yeah, so this would be like kitchen across this wall or something like that, and then like a dining area, or like the dining area, yeah, because you can block the hallway. But anyways, something like that. We could do, we could move the staircases so that staircase one is on one side of the room, staircase two is on the other. Or we could even do staircase to landing and then no, because that's weird. Um, but we could do like staircase on one side of the house and staircase on the other side of the house. Have it alternate. That would kind of be weird too. It'd be better just to have all the staircases in one place. Yeah. These are gonna be landings, which I should make clear, but that's fine. Yeah. So the restroom can be a gray. Oh no, it can be a gray, but I want to make it a darker gray. Actually, no, that blends in too much now. Purple or magenta, rather. Okay, that's floor two. Floor three. Okay, so floor three, floor four. These are at their peak, so there's going to be a downward stairwell. They alternate up down, right? Yeah. So if this is up, going up, then this one should be going down. Right. And then this one should be going up. So you're exiting into the space and then going out and then exiting into the landing. So there's gonna have to be like a hallway between these two. Let me think about this for a second. You have a stairwell that goes up and then it exits onto here. So you come up and around, and then the stairwell goes up immediately. Or wait, hold on. You come out this way, and then this would be an up. Oh, there should be the same direction. Hold on. This exits up to here, and that goes up. Yeah, yeah, they should be the same direction. It's just that one's going up and one's going down. That makes more sense. Okay, so this goes down, this goes up, this goes down, this goes up. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So these are gonna be whatever they're gonna be. Yeah. Okay. It should probably have been facing the other direction, but that's okay, whatever. Okay. So this floor has a down only, but it's in this location. And it's going to be going the opposite direction. So this is going to have a staircase going this way, or like a path going this way. Yeah, what was I thinking it would be like? I was thinking that, oh yeah, well, we could do it so that that's not, so it alternates where the opening is. So you come in this way. So yeah, you come in this way, you can go up or down, and then these go up to a landing that would then have access to this point, but not this point. We'll see. It depends on how much space is actually in here. Whether or not we can get a hallway in here. These should be right up against the wall. Um, whether or not we can get a hallway in here, or they are just directly next to each other and touching. Oops, and that's just how it is. One of the two, we will figure it out. Yeah. Oops. Too far. Oh, there. So do, and then this one is do. Yeah. So then that one goes up this way, and then this one comes down that way. Yeah. Okay, cool. And now these are separate wings. Oh, interesting. Yeah, no, that's fine. So they will just have converted this two-story building. Or we could put like some like beds into the attic space. It depends on what we end up wanting to do with this. Loft question mark. We'll see. Um This is 3 stories. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna keep these the same. And this is still open to 1, so it's got a really nice vaulted feeling to it. Got some good height going on in here. What are we at here? Okay, and then these are still the same colors. This is still going to come up into here because it actually goes up even further. So I want to create a ladder. Sure, a not equal sign. It's like here. And this is going to be yellow because that's our upward direction. So if we can get a ladder going, we'll do that. No, we're not going to put restrooms there. Um, foyer goes, yeah, living quarters go up. Head office. I was thinking of putting the head office on this floor. We could have it back here. Then we should move the ladder like here. This is now the head office for the library. Makes sense. Um. Okay. What else? What do we want this space to be? What would we put above the restrooms? So it's got a garage and then 2 stories. Story 1 is restrooms for the library. Story 2 would be like um we could have it be like a special section of the library, like a closed off, like what's it called, like Powell's City of Books in Portland, that has that like room that's got all the special books that are locked up. We could do something like that. um so let's do that here. We'll do what is that called, like mm, antiques or something like that, I don't know. um Foyer, head office. Is there anything else on this level? Not really. We do need another staircase upward. Oh, where did my zippy back and forth stairs go? Oh, I have it on floor 2. Oh, because, yeah, these don't go up and down. These do. Um, right. I'm just gonna. Boom. Um, or no, actually, this one only has a downward. Boom. Whatever way this goes, I'll figure it out. Okay. So then this one goes up, and this one goes down only. This goes out to the exterior. Rooftop access, elevator shaft, and maintenance. Yep. And I'm going to connect these two. It's not a great color combination, but that's fine. I'll maybe fix that at some point. We'll see. Don't know if we want that to be a loft. Do we want all of these doors to be in the same places? We're not sure if we want these to connect in or not. I put the question. No, it's gonna be off to the side. I'm just gonna put that there for now. We will have those connected. We will not have these connected. I want player to have to do a little bit of walking around. But we'll see. To find all like the little nooks and crannies of stuff. But I'm okay with these sections being constantly accessible because they're pretty large wings. I think they should connect in. Yeah. Um Although we do have the staircase. We can just blow it into one, then we can have. We'll see. It depends on if I want to have the player search more and if we really want a door there or not for every floor, depending on like the layout of stuff. Okay, this is pretty good. So we have the living quarters here, here, and here, and maybe there. We have the antique section, which I'll color code to green. Why not? Foyer here and head office here. So that's all good. let's go. Living quarters here, and here, and here. The antiques room is here. The foyer is here. And the head office is here. Okay. And then the final floor, we've got these already figured out, but I might as well just put these little arrows here, here, and here. Okay. That's the building. Well, actually, we should figure this space out a little. What is this floating here for? Building entrance arrow just floating randomly. I just pasted that for some reason. Okay. So we want a staircase here, right? It's a downward staircase. Going this away. Underneath this guy. There we go. Yeah. I'm gonna make this a bigger way. Something like that. Yes. Probably set further back into the room, but we'll see. Elevator still makes it all the way down. That makes sense. Okay, where are we putting these things? This is an upward staircase, or actually, yeah. Yellow. First direction. Yeah. Okay, that comes down into here. That's good. This area needs to be one giant polygonal space. Yeah. Sure. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we'll figure that out. Elevator, this is a crawl space, so we need a doorway there. There's going to be a doorway somewhere in here, or this might just, yeah, there's going to be some rooms in here. These are going to be bedrooms of sorts, so we'll figure that out, but doesn't really matter right now. Anyways, down here, we're going to do one there. Crawl space. Yes. Now, how would the library normally get access to its basement? Just the elevator? Or is that stairwell in the back connected to the library? Well, I'm thinking it should be for like employees only access, like restricted access. We haven't figured out what we want that one space with the entryway to be, but it wouldn't really work to make it like, could we make there a staircase there? Maybe. And have an employee exit there. But it kind of makes sense to have it like, where? Like, we could have one like into the garage, like, You'd want garage access so that you could load books and stuff. You use the elevator for freight. You still need a staircase. Where does it make sense to put the staircase? Probably in this corner. Yeah, I'm gonna just do that. There's a staircase hereabouts. Goes down. And we can extend this underneath the ground here, so we might want to do that. Let's just grab a box and extend this here. Something like that. Something like that. We could just eliminate the crawl space and have like the library have storage under their house. It'd be kind of weird, but kind of be okay. I don't know. Something like that. Library storage is the bulk of this. Vault access, crawl space. Yeah, I guess that's it. Lab stuff. Yep. Okay. This is gonna get like totally cut up into little pieces, but we're gonna figure that out. I think more just on as we're like building it out, thinking about like how it feels and what the space should be like. I'm feeling like maybe like a hallway going along the whole run here, and then like a bunch of different labs with like view and viewway like a view like sites into there. Um a workshop in the back here, and like I don't know. Well, something that connects into the vaults. So maybe more computery stuff here, maybe like labs here and like a workshop in the back. Something like that. We'll figure it out as it makes sense once we get this kind of like grave locked into place. But we know generally that's what we're going for. So like this is the library storage facility. Um I don't know that I want the access to be there. It's been there on every floor, but I feel like we want to change this up. Maybe make the entryway into here. You're gonna have this stairwell. It's gonna go down the vault. Maybe we make the stairwell into the vault, like over here. And we move this to be a door. Go too far. Like here. How would they have situated it? So if I was making a vault underneath this library, I wouldn't put it under into the street, would I? I mean, unless it was supposed to service more than the library, which it probably would be. Um, I kind of want it to be connected to these workshops and things, right? So it shouldn't go like out into the street. I think it should be underneath the building. So maybe instead of this crawl space, and then we just have the vault. No, because it's gonna be a tiny vault entryway. Like the vault entry is huge, right? So we want it to go like sharply. Well, hmm. Let's think about this for a second. So the vault door is like 2 stories tall. So we're gonna want it and like deep, right? It's like a full thing deep, like this whole thing deep. So maybe what we do is we put we put the whole vault. Yeah. We'll have this go down like over here. Oop. Maybe like boom. Have this take up that space. For this like big entryway into the vault. Actually, I'm just gonna shoot this back. There we go. Don't need that. Yeah. So this is gonna be like a big stairwell down into the vault. Something like this. Okay, that's better. Then this becomes the entry into here. I don't need the crawl space really, but whatever. Um, we'll see if I put it in or not. Okay. Yeah. Although now this location kind of sucks. Like it would be really good if this was like up to the next floor. Like this. Like here. This doesn't have an entryway, so maybe we don't do that. Though we could. We could have an entryway like here. Yeah. I don't know why I'm attached to this crawl space, but I don't know. Something about like, oh, I should have a crawl space. Put some dead bodies in there or something. Give some kind of a morbid, weird story thing as they do in the games. Okay, so we're gonna put this here. Yeah, so this is gonna be just like oh, that is a problem, isn't it? Hold on. So here, this would go up, and then this would come out behind the elevator. Right here. Yeah. Okay, and then this is just gonna be, we're just gonna continue this shape. Actually, I'm just gonna make this polygon here because it's a weird shape now. Don't know what I'm doing. Let's delete that. I'm just gonna delete this whole polygon and make a new one. Okay, there we go. And no, that one's not the right one. It was this one. There we go. So yeah, and I do want a wall here. So we'll just make this like a thick. Pull this out for a second. Something like that. Like that. Just make it on the line there. Do I want this to go all the way through? Maybe I'd do something like this. And then I do another one of these. Like here. Down to here. This door is in a weird place, right? Is it in the curve or is it let's look. Oh, we can't. Well, we can. Okay. Commonwealth. I'll let that load for a second. Let's go back. It's somewhere in this area. I just don't know like if this can be like this and give us this cool little like it's like a workers entryway thing. Something like this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Uh Something like that. Let's just double check. Has this loaded? Okay. Coordinates. Uh 3. 3. 2. It's gonna take a little bit of time. All right, so let's make sure we know what this is. I think labs back here. So we should swap workshops and then we're gonna do this. Workshops. And then like computer lab of some kind. Maybe. Something like that. Something sciency that's going to connect into the vault. Okay. Library storage is this space. Vault access is here. And the crawl space is here. Yes. Okay. I wanted to check where that door is. Ugh. It is at the end of the curve, dang it. Well, except that this has like a curve inward. But it's like at the end of this curve, it's like here. So it's gonna be like this. Okay, whatever. This is like, It's like here. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's pretty good. I think I'm good for the day. That's all planned out. So next time I'm going to yeah. So now we've got kind of like a plan of attack for this layer here. Um we will figure out what we're gonna do with the vault later. It's kind of like a separate thing. I might break it out into another document or something, but I might do it in here depending. But yeah. So we got. So you enter the main floor. If you go downstairs, you have like labs and workshops and stuff and storage for the library, and then down into a big staircase goes into the vault and a little crawl space. And then main entryway, you have this like staircase, and then you can immediately see all the way up 3 floors. This vaulted area here. You have your reception, and this is going to be like library stuff, little gift shop, bookstore, um, employee access, and then this goes downstairs. Oh, this is downstairs. There we go. And then into here, this goes upstairs. This is like a special wing for like the lead scientists or whatever. This is going to be all like lounge stuff, like living quartery, like kitchens and things like that. And then on our second floor, we got our office spaces, probably for various people. Might do a couple of fun things in here too. We'll see. Restrooms for the library. There's gonna be some restrooms in some of this stuff too, probably. More gift shop stuff. More like cabinetry along the walls and stuff with books. And then in here we got like a reading nook. It's a little private area, and then in here we have a private kitchen. We'll see if we want to use this as like a loft, if we can connect this in a way that makes sense. It might. We could fake some of it. Yeah, we could fake a bit of it. It'd be okay. um, and have this loft become just like little bedroomy nook things. Like a little like a bed here and a bed here and a bed here, and then have this just connect in here, but not just cheat it. And then yeah, so this is all like living quarter stuff. This one goes up again. This has access into the maintenance thing, and this is like your antiquities area, head office, and this is like another private living area. Maintenance for like the maintenance room for the library, and then the elevator shaft, maintenance, and access to the roof. Yep, I think that's good. Yeah, thanks for joining. So that was the planning phase for the first building. You can see how long this is. Almost three and a half hours of planning. So it's about right. This is all just first draft, and we'll see how it changes as we go. But yeah, we're gonna get more into the tool next time. We did use it a little bit today to get like a figuring out of things. But yeah, see you all next time.